Hey guys, this is NitroBex. I have a device review for you today. It's going to be on the Kayfun Lite Plus Black Edition with adjustable 5. Name this long. Black Edition Kayfun Lite Plus. This did come from one of the sponsors on Mod Envy. I did get it for free for the purpose of Mod Envy. Don't think he was expecting a review on it, but he's getting one, so it will not affect my decision on the review. That being said, let's get into the price of it. You're looking at $49.99 with free shipping. Pretty good price there. Well, before I start talking about it, let's look at the breakdown of it. Okay, so this is the Black Edition Kayfun Lite from our good friend Artemis. Now, it does come with a drip tip. I'm going to be using my own drip tip though. I like the vape off of that one better. You got your top cap. Pretty straightforward. A ring inside. A ring around the seal. Spot for your drip tip. So we're going to go ahead and put that on. Alright. Then it comes with 3 tank sections. 2 metal. And then you have a choice of clear or metal. It comes with both. I'm going to use the clear. We're going to screw those together. Get it nice and tight. Okay, so tank's assembled. We'll skip over the build deck for a second. You got your chimney, and that's the top part of the chimney, and that will eventually wind up going inside that O-ring of the top cap, and it does create a good seal. And then the base part of the chimney, which will go on here. Okay, so let's come back to the bottom cap. I'm leaving this disassembled because we're going to mess with it in a minute. On the bottom of the base plate, there is an adjustable 510 connector. It does screw in and out. Right here is your fill hole. It does go all the way through. The screw does have an O-ring on it, so you won't have any juice leaks. And then over here you have a airflow control. Screwing it out opens up your airflow. Screwing it in tightens your airflow. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab a 510 seat and start building this. Okay, so we got our base plate there on the 510 seat. Now I've went ahead and already wrapped a coil. It's a 3/32 drill bit. I did a 28 gauge micro coil. Now how I'm going to install this coil is I put it in the center of the deck and grab my screwdrivers and then loosen those screws. Okay. I'm just going to wrap around 45 degrees. Wrap around 45 degrees. Now, these are standard screws, so righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. You want to wrap them so that when you're screwing down, it tightens. Okay, taking the drill bit out for now, just till I get this buttoned down. I'm going to hold this here, make sure it's in good, and screw down one of the ends. So I got one attached, one not attached. I'm going to put my drill bit back in and turn the other one towards you. Now I'm going to go ahead and take and tighten up on this just a little bit and then screw that down. Okay. So we have our microcoil installed. Now I'm going to take and pull these up for now. And before I take the drill bit out, I'm going to hold down on the base and lift up. What that's going to do is it's going to give you a little gap under your coil for the airflow. Okay. So drill bits out. Our next step here is to check the ohms on this. So I got my good old ohm meter. Off the 510 seat it comes. On the ohm meter it goes. See what I mean? the 510 seat always lands face down. Okay, click it on. So I'm at a 0.84. That's going to be a good vape. Now that's not my final resistance. It might get a little changed as I go through the next steps in here. Off the ohm meter comes, on the mod it goes, and we're going to start burning this in. Okay, so it's on the mod. I'm going to press it. It's lighting up, but they're not touching, which is okay. I'm going to take my pliers. I'm going to squeeze them together. Don't want to use too much pressure, just enough to get it there. Go ahead and hit it again. Still not touching, but it is starting to light the right way. Squeezing, 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 squeezing. I'm going to take my drill bit, reinsert it just to line everything up, give it a tug up. Alright, and it's lighting from the inside out. It's about right. Okay, so take it off of the mod, and that's a Sigeli 8 with the 19 center tube, so I can telescope it. Back on the ohm meter it goes. Still 0.84, so that's good. I'm just going to wiggle these till they come off. 1, 2, still 0.84. Now I like to do this part first just to make sure everything's fine in there. Screw down the outside of the chimney, still 0.84. Unscrew it from the ohm meter. Back on the mod it goes. Make sure it lights. And it does. Just like it was before. Off of the mod it comes. Onto the 510 seat. And off the chimney comes. Okay, now we have to wick it. I'm going to use a piece of peaches and cream I've treated. I do know on this one I will have to double it over. So I got folded in half there. I'm going to quickly lick the ends. Twist them into a nice point. Okay. And through the coil. Oop. They didn't quite twist right. Take your time with this because this is going to be in here for a while. I've noticed with the Kayfun, I don't build them nearly as much as I do with the Genesis. And it doesn't want to get in the hole. There we go. Right through the hole it goes. Okay. Now that's a good fit. So, definitely going to cut off the end I licked. Don't want that down in my juice. The other end I'm going to go ahead and snip so that I got 2 floating wicks. Okay, what I like to do is I pull it down to the sides and I cut it where it would hit the base plate. So that's not going to give me too much wick, it's not going to give me too little wick. Okay? That's just the way I've found to get the right amount of wicking in there. So I'm pulling it down to the side, wherever it would touch the base plate, they go on and I snip the wicks. Okay. Just like so. So now I got 2 wicks in there. No, I'm not going to pull them down into the juice channels. On a Kayfun, there are 2 juice channels where the Aqua had 4. What I'm actually going to do is pull them up like this. Okay? And then with them up, I'm going to put the chimney sleeve over. Making sure they stay up. It's always harder on camera. There we go. Okay, on goes the chimney. So now we got our wicks poking out of the top of the chimney. I'm going to take my drill bit and poke the wicks down into the juice wells. Okay, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure behind this. I just want to kind of get them down there. You don't want it so tight that the juice can't come up. It'll just make a nice little bed in there for when the juice does come up for it to wick into. Okay. So our final product is that. So what I'm going to do now is take my juice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 to 10 drops just to get it wet, and I'm going to let it sit there for a second. Okay, so once it's soaked in just a little bit off the 510 seat it comes. And we're done with the 510 seat for now. Onto the mod it goes. Now you never want to dry fire cotton, so that's why I saturate it. I'm pressing and blowing across it, looking for my coils to glow red. They should not. And they are not. So that's good. We can put the top on the chimney. Okay. And I'm not wrenching down, 2 fingers. That's all the tire's got to be. Okay. Throw on the tank section. Just like that. Throw on the top cap. Just like that. Now I take off my drip tip and I look down in there and make sure my O-ring's not pinched. In this case it's actually pinched, so I want to take off that top cap. If you don't have a good seal around your O-ring, you're going to have plenty of leaking issues. So you saw how that O-ring was pinched. I'm just going to take my drill bit and force it back into that hole. Okay, so it's back in the hole, and I'm just going to push it down with the drill bit, make sure. Okay, so it's in there good. And again, on goes the top cap. Alright, and that O-ring is not pinched, so everything is fine there. Alright, so now it comes to filling. Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Off of the mod it comes. I've already got my airflow set. I've been vaping off of this, so I don't have to worry about sending my airflow, but we would do that after filling while we're taking our first couple puffs if we needed to. Now on the black edition I can just very easily take a regular juice bottle. This is chopped them in from MacLeod Vapors. Put the tip down in there. Now you don't want to force the juice in there. Let it go at its own rate. Just gentle pressure on the bottle. And all the way up. Okay. So we got juice in our tank now. Now it is normal to have just a little bit of excess juice at the bottom. I'm just going to wipe it off real quick. Okay, and in the screw goes. We screw it down. In the screw goes. Now you don't have to go white knuckle on this, but you do want it tight. The tighter you can get it, the less leaking you're going to have. Now I know when I take it off my connector, because there is some juice around there, I would have just a little bit of condensation on my top cap, so I can dry that off and put it on the mod. Alright, now when I start, I like to get the flow started here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow through the channel just a little bit. See that bead of juice? I wipe that bead of juice off. That tells me I'm wicked. Okay, so now I can take a hit off of it. And I have vapor. Now, if you do ever have leaking from this point, okay, you do not want to blow through the top. That's just going to make the leaking worse. What you want to do is blow it out this way, upside down, so that's not sucking more juice in, and just wipe the condensation that comes out of the top. That'll be your excess juice. Also, here's part of the reason I use the clear tank. Whenever I tip it, I should see an air bubble. If you've put so much juice in there that there's no air in there, you're going to have massive flooding issues. And hopefully you can see the air bubble going back and forth. There it goes up. There it goes down. I got the air bubble right on top now, so hopefully you can see that. Alright, let's go back up to the big cam. Okay, so for the longest time, I hated the Kayfuns. They were... I'm a rebuilder. I like playing with my coils. That still is a problem. I can't just get in there and fiddle with my coils. But a lot of them were very difficult to rebuild. Hence why I didn't even build the Aqua on cam, because lots of problems. The deck layout on this one, as you saw, was very easy to build on. The screws hold the wires very good. I didn't have to wrap it the whole way around the screw. Just like 45 degrees was enough to capture it. The airflow control on this one, it took me about 3 tries to set it correctly. That's pretty simple, straightforward. Yeah, I'm loving it. Now, the vape quality. Inside of there where the coil's built has that chimney around it. So it's almost like a reduced air chamber. The airflow, even though it comes in through the side, shoots straight up on your coil. So you get a very good air concentration. It is a little cooler vape than I like, but I also can lay it on its side without it leaking. So that's the give-take there. This one has made it into my everyday rotation. I carry it with me now, especially if I'm carrying drippers, so I don't drip and drive. I Kayfun and drive. Overall, if you got $50 to spend and you want a good Kayfun, definitely take a look into this. Now, I will have a link below the video to his store where you can purchase this. Yeah, this one's definitely a recommendation by me. See you next time, guys.